game against Samatex on Wednesday night. It's not the first time this has happened. We will catalogue all of the incidents in the past and see how and why this keeps happening. Beyond just the general insecurity of our roads, is there something that the teams themselves can do to safeguard themselves from some of these things? And refereeing is also in the spotlight. Masa Santuko Toko fans are livid. Very livid. After Shatterman beat them by 1-0 yesterday, they insist it was an offside goal and shouldn't have stood. We are only 8 games into the season. Kotoko themselves, haven't they been beneficiary of dodgy officiating this season? And the ultimate question is whether or not it is just sheer incompetence on the part of our referees, genuine mistakes, or corruption. Where do you draw the line? So that's a question worthy of asking. Alright, after that, we will talk a lot more about Erik ten Hag and his problems at Man United. Is it time to let him go, sack the manager, or stick with him? It appears some of his players are backing him. McTominay, McZidane, McTonto, he says everybody else should shut up. The manager will turn things around. But as a United fan, do you believe it? Do you absolutely believe it? Then there's the Ballon d'Or controversy. Messi has won the record 8th Ballon d'Or title. But is this the most controversial award yet? Does he deserve it? In a World Cup year, have we set the trend now? It doesn't matter what happens elsewhere, you have to win the Ballon d'Or if you win the World Cup, or if you're the star player in your World Cup winning team. Is that the trend now? But where's the consistency if that's the trend in 2010? That didn't happen, did it? So there's a lot to talk about there. Of course, there's a whole lot of other issues that we can talk about here on the show. There's CAF Player of the Year nominations. There's CAF Women's Champions League kicking off this weekend in Côte d'Ivoire. Our very own Ampim Dakwa ladies are there. So it's a very packed show. Live and interactive on social media. Get in touch with us. Use the hashtag GamePlan on Twitter. If you prefer WhatsApp, the number is 055-111-1997. Your thoughts on all the things we'll be talking about are welcome on the show. We're streaming live on Twitter Spaces on the Joy FM and Joy Sports handles. On X Spaces is what I should say. I have to be politically correct. We're streaming live on X Spaces, on YouTube, on the Joy FM YouTube page. You can find us there. We're live on 99.7 Joy FM and Hits 103.9 FM as well. The show is proudly sponsored by Betway and Patrisol.
It was a pity that Hamza was sick in halftime, so he had a lot of problem with stomach. He must every time to the toilet. I asked, where is Hamza? Yeah, he's again on the toilet. So I must change him, but you see the qualities of Hamza. He has something from Romario. Low on the ground, turn very fast. Yeah, I like him very much. It was a pity that he must change but all the other one did a very good job. It was a pity that Hamza was sick in halftime, so he had a lot of problem with stomach. He must every time to the toilet. I asked, where is Hamza? Yeah, he's again on the toilet. So I must change him, but you see the qualities of Hamza. He has something from Romario. Low on the ground, turn very fast. Yeah, I like him very much. It was a pity that he must change, but all the other one did a very good job.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Daniel Koranteng, Sitsofe, Philip Atsirim, Muftawu, Nabila, Abdullahi, as well as Gary L. Smith. Guys, welcome to the show. Wait. What is happening? What is happening? Wait. Kanzo. Brother.
Last week, for 3 weeks now, because you're not around,
yes,
Marian Ture didn't bring the show. He said because you have come.
No.
10 packs of wache. 10? Yeah, 10 packs. 10 packs of wache.
How many people are on the show?
That's we so counted all the producers as well.
Yeah. So 2.
Did you add Jojo?
No, the producers are there inside.
No, but Karim no dey inside.
Karim no there inside.
Okay, Maria.
We don't do Ghana players.
I know because Karim no dey.
There's no Ghanaian players abroad on the program.
Karim no dey inside.
All right.
Like if he come here, go dey inside.
Maria, thank you very much.
Mariam, you
sported.
Daddy in sound no.
He touch him. Oh, last week, Daddy sing some song for her.
10 seconds for Mariam Muftawu. Let's go.
Maria. Turi.
What the hell is this?
No, make the show there. Make it there.
So we don't even start. Daddy, let's go. We have 10 seconds.
Take one Gambuti.
Abeku. What is Abeku doing?
Relax.
Make we see say.
Gary, if you bring the show, what is it?
Over to you.
If you watch it,
Yeah.
oh Charlie, this afternoon, brother. Hey, your poncho na Didiana Akwada.
Quick.
Brother, Maria, you sported. Thank
Mariam,
you.
you sported. She's sported.
No,
I love this.
Dalike, what was the song you were singing?
Maria.
Carlos Santana.
Yes.
Something West Side Story.
Sell my brother.
No. So the way Danny they take him, the way Danny they take him in a way that the AI no go catch him, copyright no go catch him. So when we add a turi, then the copyright go confused. They no go catch him well.
Good, man. But thank you guys. That was good. I mean, it was a really good gesture. Very thoughtful. Not everybody that does this. I think the first time somebody has bought us free food.
In fact, people have made promises, but they are yet to fulfill those promises.
We trust them. They will.
I mean, Betway deliver something, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Petrosol also give us.
Petrosol also deliver something.
Fantastical.
But it's today that
Maria has delivered food.
See, the more you eat,
brother,
the more you are able to talk well.
Brother, she has spoiled the crowd. Anyway, guys, welcome to the show, and this is what I'm sure everybody was talking about now. That's your song, right? That's your song, Danny K. That's your song. It's your song.
That's my jam, man.
Go, Danny K.
Oh my goodness. I'm in tissue.
She remind me of a West Side Story.
Danny K, your part is
Maria.
That's that story. Oh,
Maria's body.
Me, my favorite part of the song is coming. That's all I said.
People listen to the song.
Hey.
No, make we hear.
Charlie. Who?
Like that thing go big popular like that.
Yeah, but I love the song. This was the one. What's her name? Rihanna and he remixed, no.
Yeah.
I don't know somebody was saying.
DJ Khalid.
What was I saying? What
That if you want to sing it on radio by this time of the day, you know, good. There be some way. That's what I do.
You mean something there inside?
Plenty things, not be something. Plenty things there inside.
The lyrics.
Tahiru,
yeah.
My heart is boiling. Let's attack the issues.
Let's go.
Let's attack the issues.
Time loading.
Anyway, I've got listen, guys. Okay, so on Wednesday night in Sitsofe, well, they played yesterday. They beat Asante Kotoko by 1 goal. It was quite controversial because most Kotoko fans think the goal should not have stood. We'll talk about that shortly, but I want to talk about a major issue, which is the security of our teams and the rampant nature with which they face armed robbers on the roads. All right, so I've catalogued a list of some of the incidents that have happened in the last, let me just say, 15 years. All right, 13th March 2008, while All Stars team bus attacked at 2:45 a.m. by armed robbers at the Techiman barrier. All right, this incident, of course,
Techiman barrier, like how the barrier where the police sits.
Yes. No, there's a place called Techiman barrier.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, why?
Police barrier.
No.
But climb to it.
You see mischief? Alright. 2 robbers entered the bus while 4 others stayed outside. They hit the coach Emmanuel Kwashi with clubs, and other players were beaten too. Their phones and money were seized, but they all survived. No casualty. All right. The match against House of Oak was subsequently postponed by the PLB as a result of that. So they were making their way to Accra when that incident happened. The 2016 Wild Stars again. All right, a Wild Stars player revealed that they often encountered armed robbers on their way to winning the league title. And this one was 2016 when they won the title. Mohamed Amando, a midfielder, said, and I'm quoting him, "It was a good campaign, and when it came to away games, management ensured we arrived 2 days in order for us to get enough rest before playing the game. But the thing is, there was always the need to return to work immediately after the game. This usually resulted as a result of encountering robbery attacks and road accidents on our way back home." All right. 2nd August 2015, Kotoko suffered an armed robbery attack in Accra on Sunday dawn before a league match against House of Oak. Remember this incident? This was at the hotel. Yes. The general managers Opokunti and George Kennedy were tied together. They were tied together as the gunmen assaulted players before leaving the hotel with cash and other valuable possessions of the Kotoko squad. 22nd March 2022, Ashanti Gold team were attacked by armed robbers on their way back from Accra at Asenejwa. The robbers shot 3 bullets at the front bulletproof glass as the team driver meandered his way through a terrible scene of gunshots. Thankfully, no individual sustained any injuries. The entire team arrived safely in Obuasi. In the Women's League, 21st December 2021, Women's Premier League club Pelpia Ladies, they survived armed robbery attacks on Monday night while heading home following their season opener. The attack happened in Yape. All right. Then 9th April 2022, Women's Premier League side Savannah Ladies, they were attacked by armed robbers on their way to Kumasi. The team bus was ambushed by gun-wielding robbers on the highway as they robbed them of their possessions. And then the latest incident being on Wednesday night, while Legon Cities, who were Wild Stars, by the way.
I also recall
formerly Wild Stars.
Asokwa Deportivo, they were also robbed some time ago.
Find me that incident. So this is the evidence. It's a regular occurrence. One running theme though is that thankfully no single individual or player was killed in the process. All right, so it means that the robbers know exactly what they want. They just want money. They want possessions. They want everything except the lives of the individuals, which is fantastic.
So 14th April 2019.
Thank you.
Asokwa Deportivo team bus robbed.
Thank you. So there you go.
Yeah.
So if you add those incidents together, you're looking at 8 incidents of armed robbery in the last 10 years alone. An average of maybe 1 every year.
Kind of. Yeah.
It's kind of. It's what happens on our roads to our league clubs. And it begs the question, obviously they're not the only ones that suffer robberies on our roads.
Yeah.
But as football clubs, when it happens, it amplifies the situation. And you ask yourself, what can we do to prevent this from happening? A good example from the Kotoko situation was that apart from the robberies, there is also the issue of accidents. Because road accidents, there are more road accidents in the night than during the day. And, of course, because of the low visibility and everything, Kotoko's accident was probably the most market incident of a high-profile team involved in an accident. Lives were lost in the process. Kotoko made the decision to not travel any longer on the night after league matches. The rest of the teams are still doing it. And this is what has happened to Legon cities. In all of these incidents, not once did the incident happen during the day.
But isn't there a story on Wednesday that you are supposed to tell us?
Relax now. Not once did any of the incidents happen during the day. They all happen during the night, either while they're traveling to league games or they are traveling back home after a league match. It sets a trend of returning late into the night. And I remember when we posted the story of Legon cities, most people's question was, why are they endangering the lives of players by transporting them from Samroboy to Accra right after a league game, which is about a 7-hour journey, if not more, probably more, because Samroboy to Kumasi alone is about 3.5 hours, if I'm not mistaken. And then you have to do Kumasi to Accra.
About 4 hours.
So that is quite some journey, right after excruciating 90 minutes of football in the hot sun. So the questions abound, and we are trying to understand why this keeps happening and how we can prevent it. And I've called up Kwame Jumo, who speaks for Legon cities, to throw more light on this particular matter. And I've also got Eric Alajididi, who is the CEO of Nsuateman. And I want to understand the thinking of the clubs from the operational point of view, why they embark on these journeys. Why don't you just wait till, because the evidence is clear, it doesn't happen during the day, it only happens at night. Knowing full well this information, why do we still insist on taking the players through night travel when it's obvious it's not so safe? All right,
Is Eric
Gary. Yes,
Okay.
I think Eric is on the line. Is Eric there?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you.
And Kwame, are you online?
Yes, I'm here.
Kwame, briefly, what exactly did you guys lose during the incident? I know one player was injured.
Well, we lost some money. We lost some phones. We lost some laptops. Essentially, that's what we lost.
Okay. So then, the ultimate question is, it's not your fault that you were robbed. Obviously, if the security of the country was better, you probably would not have encountered this. So, commiserations on that. But from a management point of view, the ultimate question everybody's asking is, from the background I just gave you, every single one of those robbery incidents that happened at night, I think the clubs are aware of this. Why does the night travel still remain a necessity for clubs? And from your own point of view, why was it necessary to get back to Accra, knowing all the dangers involved and knowing how long it would take to get back after such an excruciating 90 minutes of football? I mean, you lost by 3-0, so emotionally as well, that wasn't so good.
Well, that wasn't good. We would have wished that we got a result, but unfortunately, it didn't happen. Normally, what would happen is that depending on the arrangements for a particular game, and depending on your fixture list, and then here I'm speaking for my club. I'm not too sure if it's the same with Eric or probably it's the same with the other 17 clubs in the Premier League. what would normally happen is that right after a game, so let's say we are playing a game on a Sunday, and then our next fixture is, let's say, another Sunday. You know you have 7 days, so you know you have some time. But if you're playing, let's say, on a Wednesday, and you're playing on, let's say, a Saturday, or you're playing on a Sunday, depending on how far you are. So, for example, in this case, it was Summer Boy, which is another plus or minus 7 to 8 hours from Accra. Now, once the game is over on a Wednesday, plus or minus 5:15, 5:30, thereabouts, you would want to make the decision as to whether you would want to stay and leave, let's say, the following day. But if you're going to be leaving the following day, it means that you're likely to lose the whole of Thursday as well. Because if you're leaving, let's say, Summer Boy at plus or minus 6 or 7 in the morning, you're likely to get to Accra, let's say, plus or minus 4 or 5. That would have meant that you'd have lost the whole of Thursday. So you're going to probably start preparations from, let's say, Friday or maybe Saturday for the game on Sunday. And you don't want to put that kind of pressure on the lads. You want them to relax a bit and all of that. So let's say in this particular instance, our next game is against Pediama on Sunday. So we are done with the game at plus or minus a little after 5. We organize ourselves, we hit the road. We know we can get to Kumasi, let's say, plus or minus 9 o'clock. And from Kumasi to Accra, we should be fine with respect to security, of course. We've done this for 4 or 5 years and we never encountered anything like this. So it was just unfortunate that this time around, despite everything that we did to ensure that the team was safe, this happened.
Yeah, that's a very interesting perspective there, because then it also feeds into the issue of fixture arrangement, and whether the FA actually factors all of these things into arranging the fixtures, because that distance, the travel that you speak about, if you were indeed to travel back on a Thursday, you would have to give the players a day off, which is the Friday, and you basically only have 1 day to prepare for the game. It is not ideal.
Which is not ideal. So that's why I said that it depends on normally what the fixture list normally looks like. So for example, if it was a Sunday and Sunday, then you know you have 6-7 days. I mean, you can sacrifice a day, that should be fine. But in this case, I mean, that's if you are very familiar with that stretch, Summer Boy, it's quite a distance, and you can't even guarantee that you can do 7.5 hours or even 8 hours sometimes. The road at some point is not too great. So if you're going to be staying over, let's say if we had left on Thursday morning, for example, we're likely to get to Accra, let's say Thursday evening, the lads are tired, then you're thinking, okay, do I give them off Friday and then we do something small on Saturday for the match on Sunday? Professionally, that would not even be ideal for the technical team before, a game on Sunday. So all of these dynamics will then play into what my team will do every time we need to, let's say, travel for an away game.
It is a tricky situation indeed. Eric, from your point of view, you are the CEO of the league leaders right now, Atsirim. By the way, congratulations. Yesterday they said you scored an offside goal, but we move. I'm sorry. Having said that, from an administrative point of view, we can't ignore the fact. I've spoken to club administrators who have said part of the reasons clubs don't stay over is to save money on hotel bills. Can you confirm if this goes into your decision making, hotel bills on match days in particular, and you're looking at how much you can save by shipping the players back to your base instead of having them sleep over? And what is the cost situation like for every away game you have to play, so much so that it's a key aspect of your decision making when it comes to the safety of your players?
Well, a very good afternoon to all the gentlemen in the studio, and I miss you guys all. I'm far away in the Bono region, so
you are doing well. I'll
be back in Accra on Sunday. Don't worry, I'll have the game against the Sitsofe on Monday.
Sitsofe, you want to say something?
Yeah.
Top of the
Lonely at the top.
Lonely.
GPO on your mind.
You guys are proposing a song for me. I know you hear that. Don't worry.
Hey, it's right.
Okay, so friend, straight to your question. In fact, managing a Premier League club in Ghana is one of the most difficult things to do in terms of financing. And I say this without a shred of doubt because I've done it at Karela. I'm here once again in Atsirim. It's one of the most difficult jobs to do. Listen, to move to a place like Summer Boy averagely, the Ghanaian club that plays Samatex in Samreboy needs averagely about 20 to 25,000 on that trip. Now, plus or minus, you are looking at a hotel that will cost you, if you even have a contingent of, let's say, 35 people, which is, to me, it's normal. If you go with 21 players, 8 technical team members, that makes it 29. If there is a bus driver, that makes it 30. You put plus or minus management team members and then some few other if you have your own security. So you are looking at 35 people. If you get a hotel that will be cheaper somewhere around Asenkregwa, it will be something in the range of about 150 to 170 Ghana cedis. Now you multiply by this number of people, you are doing plus or minus hotel about 5,000. So if you have to sleep an additional day, that takes your cost to 10,000. So if you were to spend 25,000, you end up doing 30,000. We all know the financial situation in the Ghana Premier League. It's not anything we can talk about. And so it puts a lot of burden on club owners. So club owners are actually forced to take some of these decisions. Look, it's not, if you have been to Samreboy before, the road itself from where the team is to Asenkregwa and the surrounding areas is so bad. So if you were to use an hour to do that distance, you end up using like 2 hours or even 2 hours 30 minutes on that stretch of the road. So getting to Accra within 8 hours, you end up doing like 10 hours because portions of the road is so bad. And so when club owners are doing their budget and you tell them to let teams sleep for 2 hours, they will fight you. And it's not, you will understand it from that point when you are directly involved, because it's not easy to bring the cash out for some of these ventures. So it's a risk we are all taking. And friends, I must tell you, I do travel a lot with my team. I'm always in the bus because I don't want to drive a different car and follow the team. I travel with the team at night. Sometimes we finish games and you would have to come back. Imagine I play Olympics on Monday. The game starts around 3 or 4 p.m. By the time we are done with the game post-match, the players will undress and then get into the bus for us to take our food and leave Accra. It will be somewhere around 7 to 8. We have to travel back to Nswache. It's not going to be an easy journey. We will arrive probably at dawn, around 4 or 3:30. But if we have to sleep in Accra, the cheapest decent hotel you get in Accra for a team would cost you around 250 Ghana cedis. So, food, you do lunch, 40 cedis, you do dinner, 40 cedis, breakfast, 20 cedis. That is 100 cedis per player. So you put all together and you have to do 2 days. Believe you me, you are hitting 60,000.
That amount of money will exhaust your entire earnings from the Star Times TV deal in about 10 matches.
It won't even be up to friend. I'm telling you, it won't be up to. You know how much money has been paid to the clubs. Some money has been paid to the clubs, but I can tell you on authority, as at week 8, my club, for instance, that money did not go beyond 3 away home games. It didn't go beyond 3 away games.
You're saying that the TV rights money that the clubs have received, it wasn't even enough to cover 3 matches?
No, 3 away games is gone. It's gone.
Why do we do the football then? Like what is no, seriously, what is the aim here? Because even if you win the league title, we know Midiama won last season. They were giving $36,000. That will not even be enough to cover your entire expenses for the entire season, even if you add the Star Times money. Why do we play the league?
Friends, that is why sometimes it's amazing when people sit behind a console, people sit in studios and discuss the exodus of Ghanaian players abroad. You know, when you don't understand these dynamics, listen, any club that puts a price tag of $50,000, $100,000 on any Ghanaian player, they will sell. They will sell because it is not easy for any businessman to go and run other businesses, take money from there to come and run a football club. I have a payment, I have a structure, a salary structure, plus or minus management and technical team of about 140,000 Ghana cedis a month. So if you do if you do 2 away games to Accra, put another 60,000 to that. That is 200,000 Ghana cedis. For crying out loud.
Per month for a club like in Satrema.
For a club like in Satrema, I don't want to talk about others. When you have the salary structure that has about 140,000 to pay to players and technical and management team members, 140,000. You do 2 away games to Accra, about 60,000, 200. So I don't want to look at the other clubs because obviously there are clubs who are bigger than in Satrema and probably are paying more salaries than we do. So clearly, it is the reason why any player who shows up and there is an interest, the player will go. Because the club needs money to run.
That's amazing, and it's an interesting conversation you've opened up, and it's only appropriate that I bring Kwame in here because Legon Cities, when they came into the league, with a bus. They had performances from musicians, notably Shatawale and what have you, but that only lasted 1 season, and then the club made the headlines for all the wrong reasons, for a lack of proper welfare of one of their players who passed away. And quite clearly, even from a distance, you can already tell that Lagos cities are struggling, especially financially. Kwame, just how much capital intensive was the entire operation of Lagos cities to the point where we are not having to deal with a club that is, give or take, for want of a better expression, struggling with basic things like welfare of players?
Well, I wouldn't want to say that we are struggling. We are not struggling. We are doing what we can do, and we'll continue doing what we can do. Eric has said a lot about, running football clubs on the financial front here in Ghana, and he's done the math. I mean, if you're running a club here in Ghana and you're not generating a certain amount of income, then you're looking at the options that are available to you. So, for example, if you're a club like Hartlepool or Kotoko, you can count on, let's say, gate proceeds, you can count on bigger sponsorships outside what you're going to be getting from the quarters of the Football Association. If you're a club like Lagos Cities, you probably cannot count on matches beyond Kotoko and Hearts when you play them in your home games. When you play almost all the other 15 home games, you're getting next to nothing when it comes to, raising money at the gates. So your options are limited. You're looking at funding from, let's say, your personal sponsorship in our case, one expects, and then you're possibly looking at something from what is going to coming from Star Times, and then maybe Bet Power Premier League. So you put all of that together, and then you decide that, okay, based on how much money is coming in on the revenue front, then you're going to be doing A, B, C, D for the entire 9-10 months that you're going to be playing the season. And then, of course, if you go very far in the MTN FA Cup as well, you stand to make some money there. So based on what you're looking at, then you decide to roll out a plan. If you're lucky and you're able to sell a player or two in the course of the season, plus or minus 200,000 to 300,000 USD, then you're looking at plus or minus another 3 million cedis coming into the coffers of your club. So you look at the money that you are making from your sponsor, from the Football Association, from Star Times, and then if you sell a player or two, you look at all these funds and then you decide you're going to be running your club this way or that way. So if you're lucky and the funding is not coming in like you want, then obviously most of our clubs are run by, single ownership and, individuals here and there. The businessman who is investing his capital into the club will then decide, okay, if I'm not generating so much like I probably projected or I was looking at, do I decide that I would want to use the money I'm making from other quarters to run the football club, or do I decide to hold on and see how things pan out? So I'm sure the dynamics will be different from every single club with respect to how they choose to run.
Here's my last question for you. Lagos Cities were acquired about 3 seasons ago.
Yes.
You've been with them from that time up to now. Can you genuinely put your hand on your chest and say the businessman who invested in this club has broken even?
Financially, we have not. From the figures I have seen, we have not. Within the last 3.5 years I have been with the team, I'm not going to be putting other figures out there, of course. But if I look at the amount of money that has come in and the investment we have made in running the club, we have not.
Thank you.
But of course, you understand that if you're a businessman, I mean, you either going to make some profits, break even at some point. For every new business, you are likely to, go a bit under for maybe the short term. But you know that for a business, there's a short term, there's a long term, and there's a medium term. So maybe for the short term that we've been around, plus or minus 3 seasons, plus or minus 3 full seasons. It's not really gone according to plan, but we are confident that going forward, whatever structures we're putting in place, we will break even, and at some point make some good profits.
Very well. Thank you, Kwame. Your input very, very, very useful. Eric as well. Thank you, Eric. One last question for you before you go. You've come into the season, your debut season. You brought in Maswak. You guys are making the buzz. Oh, okay. That's Kwame's line. I'm sure, Eric. Can you drop Kwame's line? Thank you. All right, cool. Eric is still on. Eric, you guys are making quite the buzz, huh? At the start of the season.
Well, Fred, we are just enjoying the moment whilst it lasts. For us, I think when I took over the job, one of the things I told the club owner was that, having monitored from afar, I realized that they struggled a lot last season. I mean, getting to the latter stages of the season, it was for them to put pen on paper and do the normal calculations, the usual stuff. Black Stars don't qualify. You know, and it wasn't too good, you know. So I decided that, look, we need to change narratives and do things differently. So from the managerial point of view, a lot needed to change. Technically, a lot needed to change. Came in, brought in 2 video analysts. We're looking at doing things a bit differently. So we have time to study all the opponents, analyze the games, come in. I mean, when you visit the Swatremai team ahead of games, especially on game day, it's a delight to watch. They project the opponent games, show all the weaknesses, the strengths, and all that. So, for me, we are making good use of technology, and I think it's been amazing. We are not here to challenge for the Ghana Premier League. We just don't want to be in the same situation we were last season. We are trying to gather as many points as possible within the first round of the season, and make sure that our home becomes a fortress, and we will pick all the valuable points at home. And friends, believe you me, if you win all the 17 home games, that gives you 51 points. You manage to win 15 of them, you are at 45, which puts you slightly above the drop zone. And make sure that you are guaranteed of Premier League football in 2024 and 2025. So this is exactly what we're trying to do, and we are just on course.
In fact, even if you win all the home games and you get 50 something points, you can win the league. Clubs have won the Ghana Premier League with 50 something points. Thank you, Eric. Congratulations, and wish you the best for the rest of the season. Eric Alajidede is the CEO for Swatremai. They are in the second season in the Ghana Premier League, top of the table as we speak. And what an impact Manaf Umar has brought into the team, the former House of Folk, and out to you, boy. Massive player, that kid, very talented. He's coming, he's made the difference. I don't want us to spend too much time on this because the guys have given all the quality perspective. Gary, briefly,
very briefly,
it looks like it's a hopeless situation, really.
Yeah, there's not much. I mean, they've given you the situation on the ground, to use a worn out expression.
Yeah.
So there's nothing you can say because these are the facts on the ground, and you can't argue against this logic that this is why we travel the way we travel.
Yeah.
Because it boils down to a money issue. Okay. Another perspective I would like to spend 30 seconds on is something that a lot of people like to sit at home and say and deride the Ghana Premier League about. In fact, we spoke about the away team syndrome last week, right? Mm-hmm. And compared it with other leagues, the number of goals that are scored.
Yeah, we don't score enough.
We are in week 8 of the Ghana Premier League. Now let's do an extrapolation to the last 3 seasons.
Okay.
Week 8, as we speak, 8 away goals have been scored.
You mean all the 18 teams have scored 8 away goals?
Chalaba, why are you laughing? I'm not even making my point. You're laughing. When I finish, then you put yourself on the floor.
Wait, are you serious?
As at week 8.
What is 9 times 8?
Oh, no.
8 times 8, 96.
You understand? So, as at those are the week 8 goals that have been scored.
8 oh God!
Right?
Yes.
As at 2022-23, that's last season.
Yes.
The people are arguing about 9 times 8 in the season.
Are you serious? Wait. Wait. Gary is talking. You are low-key arguing about 9
times 8. Hey, I said
because I said 99.
You guys just kept quiet. You kept quiet and kept. Yeah.
Oh no, it's 72.
It is the listening. No, it go right exam. Go talk.
What did you say? What did you say?
Initially, I said 90. I said no, it's 72. What's the one moved out?
He says 76.
No,
this is Josh. Let's talk about the goals.
So 72 divided by 2.
72 divided by 2.
Yes.
That's going to give us.
So that is 36 matches and only 8 goals have been scored.
So this is for week 8.
That is poor.
Week 8 matches. For week 8 matches.
Okay.
For week 8 matches. For 2022-2023 last season.
By week 8.
By week 8, there are 6 away goals. 2021-22, we had 4 away goals.
By week 8.
No, relax. Man, defenders are very good.
No. Let's put this into perspective.
2020-21, we had 6.
Hold on, because week 8.
Yes.
Week 8 means 72 games.
Yes.
Played, yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Divided by 2, half are away. So 36 matches.
Yeah.
8 goals.
Yes.
I scored away. So
And last season was what? 4?
No, last season was 6.
And then the one before that
4.
So we are improving 2-2-2.
and then the one before that 2020-21 was 6 goals.
So 6 for.
Oh dear Lord.
Yeah, so that's so you see when teams travel like this,
it's hard.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So that is the perspective I like people to appreciate the Ghana Premier League with.
Some of them actually even arrive on match day.
Yes.
In the morning of the match.
So when your coach says, boys, minim say more break. Until let's conserve the energy for the home game and put all your energies into that one. So go and defend. How do you blame the coaches from saying that? That's my point.
All right. I don't know if any of you wants to add something
Big
quickly.
time.
Yes.
I've traveled around covering the Ghana Premier League.
You have.
Listen, there's another perspective they didn't even bring to the fore.
Okay.
People who live in Accra, at times Kumasi, think that Ghana is Accra and Kumasi.
Right.
Yep.
Ghana is hugely underdeveloped.
Very.
Massively underdeveloped when they move away from these two big
They're
cities
preaching to the choir.
or towns. These teams play across the country. They'll go to places. You hear what Eric said? That at times they are going with the squad around 32. They'll go to places that there isn't one hotel that can house
Actually,
32 people.
Samra Boy has no hotel. So even if Lagos cities have made the decision to stay, there was no place for them. They would have to go to the nearest town, maybe Asentegua.
Something.
Or maybe
Because Samra Boy itself doesn't have a hotel that can house a squad of 35 people.
Fence, they won't have 25 rooms.
That's what I'm saying.
No, you are saying that they don't have. I'm saying that even if these towns, there are towns that have hotels.
Okay.
Maximum 9 rooms.
Wow.
12, 13, 8.
They are called guest house.
No, they call it hotels there. They are standard. But you go name the place for them.
Charlie.
Are you following?
Yeah.
The teams can't get on trains from these places to Accra. It's not their fault. The teams can't fly from Samra Boy to Accra at the time the game is done. There is no airport. And even if there's an airport, you are not guaranteed around that time there are flights.
They don't even have money.
But they don't have. No, but I'm saying that if the economy is good enough and you are able to put up airports in these places, it means the certain leverage or the standards of living of the people they high small.
I mean, but you can fly to Takrady. Takrady. But even Takrady is the Samra Boy is not a small journey.
NGOs in the quarter radio. I mean, Tamale, about you. If they go Tamale, you don't see the white people for the plane inside.
Yeah.
No, you have a point.
No, we want to say we don't get the money to fly.
NGOs in the killer.
That's true.
So I'm saying that Ghana is hugely underdeveloped. And see, let's not. The boys don't have money.
Yeah.
The Ghana Premier League doesn't generate money. Nobody breaks even in the Ghana Premier League. And as he said, if a team from Togo brings some money, the player has to go.
Of
because
course.
that is the income. That's the biggest income they can have.
Yeah.
So listen, it's unfortunate what happened. But I don't see how,
It
even
will
from
change.
this situation, clubs will say that Charlie henceforth you travel the next day. They won't. They'll keep traveling at night.
But
because the problems are so huge that they are helpless. That's the
Even if we ask the players
that's the way.
themselves, do you prefer For your own security,
Yeah.
do you prefer that we keep you here an extra night and then we are unable to pay you salary? Massa.
But can the FA also consider the fixtures where if you play on Wednesday, your next game should be say Monday? Is that a possibility?
Not all of them, depending on where. Yeah.
Not all of them. Those who go for a longer
thing to do. Yeah.
Those who go for a longer distance.
Yeah.
So let's say
No, to what end? To what end? To what end? So they will sleep.
it's all those.
They don't have the
No,
money to
it's-
sleep.
that's
That's what I'm saying. Like,
No.
the bottom line of
in
what
as
you're
much
saying
as
is-
in as much as they don't have the money to sleep over, the point is that I'm sure most of these clubs will prioritize the safety of themselves and the players.
if you don't have the money,
No.
what do you think of the safety?
No, if you don't have the money, you think of the safety.
No!
There's more money they have on them. They could have used that to sleep over, and then instead of Arabs,
No, that would be unfair. That would be unfair to say on them. I'm telling you that.
No,
the clubs are not-
Muftawu, we
no.
get your point. Sitcho's
That's the
point,
ideal
however,
thing.
is that is that is ideal.
It's the ideal thing you're saying, no, but the reality is that the clubs they are not stupid though.
Yeah.
They know what is safe and what is not safe. Ghanaian roads are dark. Even from here to Cape Coast, it's extremely dark.
Very.
Ghanaian roads are dark. The nature of the road is poor and everything. They know there's tendency of robbery and everything. They are not stupid. But the truth of the matter is, they can decide to sleep over after some 3 games. They won't have money to pay salaries. They might not have money to travel. So they will save that money to sleep over so that they can manage the traveling and other things.
Yeah.
It is the unfortunate reality on the ground, which is unpleasant, but it's a fact.
Yeah.
Not the ideal thing is they will fly.
Yeah.
They'll get on trains.
Yeah.
But Okro no need-
And I agree with you, Muftawu. So basically, you're saying that some of them, even if you give them 1 week to the next game,
they will still travel.
they will
as well.
still travel and return
They will have
on the
to-
day of the
they
game
have to
because
save
of the
money. They will
financial
have to
issues.
travel.
Anyway,
No,
game plan.
somebody has sent a comment, a very interesting comment. I agreed.
He says, well, this is how some of you are suggesting we can help fix the problem. He says,
Wilson.
this is a message from
Wilson.
Wilson, who says, friend, don't you think the Ghanaian military is too free? Can't they escort these teams?
That's not a military's job anyway.
Yeah.
Yes, you see, first of all, the military's job is not to keep the peace.
Yeah,
This is
that's
keeping the
not a
peace.
military's job.
Yeah.
That'll be the police.
Yeah.
And now, Wilson, I want you to rephrase the same question with police and see if you now
It makes sense to you. Aye.
No,
No, but it won't be far-fetched
It's not far-fetched.
if every bus has at least 1 policeman armed sitting
Yes,
in it.
I agree.
no,
I agree.
no,
I
you
think
see-
I think those are the collaborations the GFE
Yes.
has been trying to.
yes.
No, but I think
trying
it's
to do
actually
it.
is that in as much as it is not a job of the military, you can still put a soldier man in there. A military in there will put fear in our robbers.
Wait, hold on. We have seen a policeman and a military man in front of a bullion van. He's there. They've still stopped them, shot him, and taken their money. So I'm saying what when it comes to the issue of armed robbers.
We think that it is most appropriate to use the police. If the military is available
It's not
and
their
such
job. This
It's
thing
not.
we
It's
shouldn't
not
even
their
consider
job.
them.
It's
It's not
not
their job.
their
That's not their job.
It
Yes.
is not their job.
There's no
But
country that carries military
Into
into football.
it will be the
It's not their
police.
job. This is a police
Let's-
job.
let's-
It
let's
is the
correct that and
police-
stick to
no,
the police.
It is the police job.
Yes.
But is it can't
No, we can't.
No, you can't.
No,
No,
we
simple.
can't.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Alright,
Yeah,
anyway.
it's not their job to
Guys.
use that. So that's why you have the police service. So the police will do.
Okay, argue over what the military can do and cannot do. Yeah, I'm going on with my show. This is Game Plan on 99.7 Joe FM and hits 103.9. Brought to you by Betway. And Betway is saying that go for gold and bet risk free on the new season with Betway. Use the golden booking code found on the Betway website to bet on selected match weeks and get 100% back as a free bet on any losses. So I Betway you never really lose. Okay, you always get way more with Betway. Terms and conditions apply. Is regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. No under 18. Betway, get way more. The show is also brought to you by Petrosol. Every drop matters and just as every penny counts. Good quality fuel enhances your vehicle performance and reduces maintenance costs. So take no risk in times like this. All you need is value for your money. Look no further. Drive to the next Petrosol fuel station. Yes, Petrosol, your go-to station for accurate quantity of high quality fuel. Be a happy customer. Fill with smiles. Drive more miles and save more money. Petrosol, your clean fuel in full quantity. Petrosol, always a delightful experience. right, J&G Retreat Center offers attractive discounts to corporate bodies for strategic planning and sales retreat. Church leaders are also included. You can just call them 0244 33 33 35. It's a very easy number. 0244 33 33 35. J&G Retreat Center, a unique, godly hospitality located 2-minute drive after Central University, Mitchell. Alright, and it's November sales at Furniture City. Black Friday came early at Furniture City. Crazy deals await you at Furniture City. Pick any item and enjoy from 25% and up to 40% discount on selected items. Furniture, dining sets, sofas, decor set, carpets, curtains, what have you. So hurry, rush now to Furniture City for all kinds of furniture and enjoy 25% to 40% off. They're located at number 77 Spintex Road, 200 meters from the Flower Pot Runabout on the Spintex Road, opposite City Ceramica. You can also check them out on social media at Furniture City Ghana. You can contact their sales department 0244 21 3333, all right, or 0540 314 948. Furniture City, your home of quality furniture. Duraplast is also asking who your guy is. Call them today. Duraplast Precision is a vet we trust most, hence consistency in providing you with quality PVC and HDPE pipes for accurate and excellent plumbing or electrical works. That's why you also need water tank. Yes, water tank, the only water storage tank with water level indicator to let you know the accurate water you have available. When it's 5,000 liters, then it's 5,000 liters. You can call Duraplast today on 0242 818874 for your water tank and other plastic products. Water tank, what a tank. Remember, where Duraplast goes, water flows. Alright, this is Game Plan 99.7 Joy FM and Hits 103.9 FM. Still to come on the show, we have 45 minutes or so to digest on Eric Ten Hag, the Ballon d'Or. Alright, stick around. The conversation is only getting more exciting. Alright, we'll be back after this very, very short break.
Go for gold and bet risk-free on the new season with Betway. Use the golden booking code found on the Betway site to bet on selected match week and get 100% back as a free bet on any losses. You always get more with Betway. Regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. No under 18. Terms and conditions apply. Betway. Get way more.
Friday, October 20th to Saturday, 11th of November. Watch Africa's top football clubs become the champion of champions. Al Ali FC, Wydad AC, Esperance, Mazembe, Enyimba FC, Mamelodi Sundowns, Atletico, Petroleos, and Simba SC. Who is the beater of champions? Catch all the scintillating action of the African Football League. Streaming at afl.africa and on FIFA Plus.
GoTV's got a special gift for our super fans. This November, we're treating all GoTV super customers to a taste of GoTV Super Plus. Enjoy non-stop Premier League action on a dedicated SuperSport channel, the biggest teen icons on Disney Channel, international movies and series on Studio Universal and Universal TV, and the best local shows on Africa Magic Showcase. Make sure you stay connected to GoTV Super this November so you can give GoTV Super Plus a go. GoTV. Love it.
Joy 99.7 FM.
On Twitter and the WhatsApp number 05511119997. Benjamin Clinton on Twitter says, on this note, please play Speechless by Michael Jackson for the clubs. Why? They are speechless on away traveling. And why is the IGP not meeting with the clubs to look at this issue? Very interesting comments. More comments here. Let me see.
For about this administration, right?
Yeah, they have.
About it. Does anybody know the reason? I think it's a logistics issue.
Yeah.
You know, it's not easy to sign it.
Yeah.
It's a national issue.
While we sit here, we've accepted that we don't have street lights on our road. The roads are dark. Then we've made it a point. Then we are moving on.
And they are moving on.
Then we are moving on.
Yeah.
Traffic lights are not working.
It's a problem. Oh.
It's a big one. Hearts of Folk fans have started, have they not? Hamza, the great Ishmael Ado indeed reborn.
Hey!
That's Hearts of Folk. We groom stars. See the chesting and the drive for the second goal. A really special player. He has 3 goals in 135 minutes of football in 2 games. The Ugandan dancehall artist and striker at Vandalism FC has 0 goals in 8 matches played. And now Dr. Prosper Ogun knows his real level. Godwin enough Kaneshi. With that,
Mukwala.
sorry,
Mukwala.
Yeah, he's referring to Mukwala. Sakatu from Luton. In the UK says, well, I don't feel pity for the clubs. When the FA had cash coming from FIFA or CAF, they watched their leaders share the cash among themselves. What did they do afterwards? They went on and rubber stamped Ked to do 4 more. So everything is fine with our football. They will continue to bleed, you know. Listen, guys. Okay, we are back to the conversation. All right,
Okay,
Sitsofe,
yeah.
we are back to the conversation that everybody has been talking about. Eric Ten Hag.
There's one which is inside my heart.
He's
It's not touched.
which
Stay
one?
inside my heart.
Which one is that?
Mediama SC not playing their matches in Cape Coast. They inside my
The
heart.
stadium master.
No, but that matter, if you start talking about it, you say the same things you've said already. We don't have infrastructure. It's simple. It's as simple as that.
We don't have a stadium.
We don't have infrastructure. Why are they playing? Why are they not playing in Cape Coast? If it's good, they should play there. We don't. We speak about infrastructure.
We've said it many times.
Even the Kumasi that they are going to patch, it's not good enough.
They are compromised.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, bro.
But the people are not accepting. But when we called the NSL,
That's the point.
NSL boss, he said that he was told that this is the best speech he has ever seen.
He said Chris Uti say he knows he saw before. The APO pitches off what?
Listen, Eric Ten Hag has had the worst start of any Man United manager in the last since Sir Alex Ferguson
in 61 years.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, my brother.
In 61 years, it's not going well. They're out of the League Cup. They what's their position there in the Premier League?
8th, I think.
They're 8th in the Premier League.
Yeah,
They've lost. They've lost what? They've lost 8 matches now.
15.
In 15, like it's just not working. All right, they were embarrassed at home by Newcastle, a second-string Newcastle United side,
And a second-string Man United team
at Old Trafford. And then after the game, he says he feels sorry for the fans. He says he doesn't think that the fans deserve what they got, but he says that he trusts himself and that they will work hard and turn things around. But there's quite a number of people that say, you know what, let's end this horror show now. In fact, United fans think that they should go and bring De Zerbi sharp, like immediately, or else they will regret. Because they also had the chance to get Klopp and they didn't. And Liverpool got him and now they're enjoying. I mean, where do you stand in this conversation? Because truly, Ten Hag has spent money, hasn't he? He signed 9 players.
Over 400 million.
He spent over 400 million.
In 3 summers.
He still doesn't play. He still doesn't play anything recognizable to what he was playing at Ajax. In fact, he himself has said that United can never play the kind of football that they play at Ajax, and that's not what he was brought in to do.
No, he said because they don't have the same players.
And he signed 9 players to play the certain brand of football that attracted United to him, isn't it?
Errors do come to an end. So
you see, and that the place that you ended is exactly where I'll pick it from. You know, Man United got attracted to Eric Ten Hag because of the job he did at Ajax, and the job that he was doing at Ajax, he was basically doing the coaching, day-to-day coaching, because he wasn't necessarily in charge of every other system at the top, right? So when they got him, they weren't bringing him in because he was a great scout, because he's never had a track record of that. He wasn't doing that at Ajax. They didn't bring him in because he could build a team from the scratch, as in oversee the academy and everything. They brought him in because when it comes to coaching, like you've put a team together, they're on the pitch going to play a football match. Ajax had a fantastic identity, and at the time, it looked like the only coach whose team could play anything close to what Jurgen Klopp or Pep Guardiola's teams in the Premier League were playing.
Yeah.
So that is what was attractive from Man United's viewpoint. It wasn't because Erik ten Hag is a big talker. It wasn't because he could say eras do come to an end. It wasn't because he could discipline Jadon Sancho, Cristiano Ronaldo, and get them out of the club.
Or they thought that any Sakura can do the job.
It was because he was a good coach, or I still think there's a good coach in there. I've always said he's not an elite coach, right? But United was going to test him, and now he's facing the test. Now he comes to the club. The club trusts him to bring in bodies that can get him to play the way he played at Ajax. Now he's brought in Onana. He's brought in Evans. He's got Reguilon on a short-term loan, whatever. He's brought in Amrabat. Under him there's Casemiro, there is Eriksen, there is Anthony, there is Mason Mount, there is
Lisandro Martinez.
You've got now Højlund. Now for the manager to say that United do not have the players to play anything like Ajax, that in itself tells you that the manager probably is losing track of all the good things that he did at Ajax. And this thing started at the start of the season when he said he was going to play transition football. And I was like, the first time Erik ten Hag played transition, or the last time I saw him play transition football, was in the first few months in his early days at Ajax. Because remember, when he took over the Ajax team, they were not great. And when he took over, he started playing somewhat of defensive football, getting them on the break. But what made him Erik ten Hag was his almost total football that he played that got them to the Champions League.
Finals of the Champions League.
And dominated the Eredivisie around that time. Now, Erik ten Hag is all of a sudden trying to abolish all of that system of his and play what he defines as the United way. Are you following?
United way, sit and counter.
I'm not sure what he's talking about.
Point to the clock in the 93rd minute and hope to score.
Under Ferguson, it wasn't. It's when people say, do you know Man City is a very good counter-attacking team?
Yes.
Yes, they dominate games. Do you know Liverpool is one of the best counter-attacking teams?
Probably.
Yes, they dominate games. So the perception that to be a good counter-attacking team, you have to sit back. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Flawed.
Arsenal, Thierry Henry's Arsenal under Arsene Wenger.
6 seconds.
Quick.
Marquinhos also did it during his days at QPR.
Quick.
There is no better counter-attacking team in the history of the Premier League than Jose's 205 team.
Yes.
Yes. No, but even that team, they put the defense wall. No, I'm saying that the perception that you have to defend to counter is flawed because that team, that just a team, they merely defense wall. Then so that one is finish. Even Real Madrid, they can dominate games and still counter.
Yeah.
So let's not make counter-attacking football as though it's for teams that do sit back and then break away. There's that part of it as well. Now here's the thing, like I said, Ten Hag was brought in not because he's a great manager who signs players and blah blah blah. Because on the pitch or the training ground he can coach. He comes to Manchester United, tries to start what he did with Ajax in his first 2 games. It doesn't work, so he breaks away from that and starts coaching game by game basis. You're thinking that in his second season, he's probably going to have a very good, grasp of what he wants to do and start directing the team to play in a certain way. As we speak, Fent, what is the identity or what is the style of Man United if they are going into any game? They play against Fulham this weekend. How do you think they are going to play?
McTominay
are they going to be passing the ball around?
Yeah, pass and hope.
They don't keep possession. They don't pass the ball around well. The team is not compact enough.
They don't dominate. They don't defend well.
They don't defend well. They don't attack well. There's nothing happening. Which then tells me that there's something wrong with the coaching. Nobody should come and bring the Glazers in to this matter.
Why not? Because to be fair, the products that he had at Ajax, I'm not sure Ten Hag unilaterally made those decisions. There were people at the helm who were signing the players for the club.
Right.
If you go to Man United, who is helping him do that?
Okay.
No sporting director.
They said there's a sporting
director. They said.
No.
There's a football director, Murta.
No, hang on a minute. You see, we are talking about 2 separate things.
There are 2 different things.
Yes.
2 separate things.
Yes.
You are talking about.
I'm asking.
You're talking about the
reason I raised that point was to see whether Ten Hag has the right strategies to succeed. You go on.
2 separate things. You are talking about a manager who is bringing in play. The club has. You see, when people begin to speak like every club needs a sporting director, that conversation should cease. It should cease. When Jose Mourinho walked into Chelsea, he had none. He was the whole club. He signed every player. He sacked every player.
But that was 2005.
No, hang on, I'm coming. He was successful, wasn't he?
He was.
Sir Alex Ferguson under the Glazers, only 10 years ago, he was successful, wasn't he?
That was 1986.
No, only 10 years ago.
Ferguson.
Yeah.
Sir Alex Ferguson, he was successful, wasn't he? So
yeah, but 10 years is a long time.
Killer. When the manager knows,
You know, no, Sitsofe, make a hard one. Maxwell Konedu Day in Swacheman. He succeeded.
Wait.
They tell you say Maxwell Konedu gets Sporting Director for them.
no, you see,
Make the city end first.
you see, there is a proven track record that when managers know what they want and then they get them, they are able to succeed. It is also true that not every manager is good at signing players. So let's not pretend as if both or one is very wrong. No. It is not the case. It is not the case. This summer for Juventus, do you know who was running their transfers for them? Because of the problem they had at the top. Max Allegri. Is he doing one in the league? Yes, he is. Are you following? Because once the players set in, he has the players coming through. Now, this is what I'm saying.
All right.
Every time that comes to Man United, right? So I know Danny has played, so that Danny will come in. Comes to Man United, brings in the players. Anthony is not the Glazers' fault. Mason Mount is not the Glazers' fault. Eriksen is not the Glazers' fault. Onana is not the Glazers' fault. Lisandro Martinez isn't.
That's right.
Højlund isn't.
That's right.
Now, it would have been a problem if the Hag was telling us that he wanted to sign Højlund, right? But they didn't sign him for him, or they want to sign Anthony and bet him another player. That would be a problem. But for the manager to profile a player and decide that he fits into what he wants to do, so sign him for me, that cannot be the owner's problem. It can't be. And you see, the thing about what Ten Hag is doing is this. The players, everybody's blaming the players down that they are not playing for him, they are lazy. It's the same culture under every manager. And I say it's false. For every single manager that Man United have brought in post Ferguson, there are very clear differences in why they flopped. But nobody's ready to have that conversation. We sum it all together and mix it up. But
is that not a running theme though?
It's
players.
Not.
The only constant feature there is the players.
So it is not.
Really?
Over 90% of the players who are playing under Ten Hag didn't play under LVG. Most of them didn't play under Jose. Most of them didn't play under Ole. So what are you saying? That it's a
cultural infestation.
Bro.
So it doesn't matter who or where you play. The moment you coming, the culture
let me tell you where the culture is.
Mm-hmm.
The players who are there are not stupid. They want to win, like City are winning. The only thing they will back is a style, a system, a plan, a man who looks like he can bring them success. The players might not have been enjoying how he was coaching last season, but the moment it was bringing them results, they will do it. And Arteta says that, Pep says that the players are not supposed to be happy with his thinking, but he will make sure it brings them success and results. So players will tell you it is frustrating to play under Pep. After winning everything with him, it is frustrating because he's so controlling. He wants to do this, but because it is winning, they'll get to the pitch and do the job. The players at Man United: Varane, World Cup winner; Casemiro, multiple Champions League winner; Maguire is going to the World Cup, the Euros; Mason Mount, Rashford. These are elite players who are seeing their other countrymen doing well in their clubs. You think that they wake up and get to Carrington, and Ten Hag is coaching them to go and do something on the pitch, and they won't take it because they don't like Ten Hag? No. The simple matter is, whatever the coach is telling them on the training grounds, it is not yielding results on match day. And as it stands, it doesn't mean that the coach is finding remedy to the problems that is confronting the club. So when you want to sum it up and say that it is the players, they did it to Mourinho, they did it to LVG, it is not necessarily true. LVG had his own problem, we'll talk about that later. Mourinho had his own problem, we'll talk about that later. But right now,
everybody's situation is unique.
It's unique. Everybody's situation and the reason why the players, some of them were not playing, is unique. And under LVG, McTominay, who the coach didn't want, has come out to back him. How much more does the coach signed?
So in summary, you think that Ten Hag needs to go?
No, I've not said that. No.
I want your conclusion on that.
All right. Now, because there isn't a ready
answer, yes or no.
No.
It's not a yes or no.
Let me explain.
It's not yes or no.
It's not yes or no.
I just want your conclusion.
You see, unfortunately for Ten Hag, and I've said this in my premise, he has mistakenly moved away from his principles in thinking that there's a Manchester United way. Listen, Ten Hag, stick to your principles. Sack every player that you and he did it last season. This season, last season he didn't play Maguire almost at all. because he said he can't to me in born. He can't. So even Luke Shaw will play centre back. A season on, you are playing a certain way that has no bearing, like no resemblance of the reflection of your style, or reflection of your style. I think Ten Hag has to stick to his principles. Coach the team in a way that plays like we know you to be, so that even if they are not winning, we know that is how you want to play.
Isn't that how he started the season? He wasn't playing Maguire at the beginning.
No. So I'm saying that the style.
Yes.
Play the style in a way that all of us appreciate how you want to play. But clearly the personnel don't get you to play that way.
I guess it too. I'm saying that the style influences the personnel.
Yes.
His choice of personnel, isn't it?
Yes.
So therefore, that's the reason he dropped Maguire at the beginning.
That's what I'm saying, that he did that last season.
And at the beginning of this season,
he did it.
What kind of style was he playing by dropping Maguire?
No, at the beginning of this season.
Yes. He stripped him of the captains. He wasn't playing him.
He wasn't playing him, and that's what I'm saying, that at the start of this season, he kept the players he knew, the players he wanted to keep. But right now, as we speak, he didn't want McTominay. He didn't want Maguire. There were some players around, even Marshall Yoko, he didn't want.
So he's beginning to doubt himself.
You are beginning to change your own principles in the name of Man United way.
Yes, and that is, he changed it.
He's changed it, and that is why it is failing him. Now the reason why I don't know why, I don't think whether he should leave or he shouldn't leave is because I don't know who comes in.
They said De Zerbi.
Listen, and I've warned you. See, I don't think many people have seen De Zerbi's matches more than I have. But because I'm a religious
De Zerbi biographer, yes.
But you know Bobby be my guy. De Zerbi, in my opinion, is not ready for the big club because of his mentality.
Yep.
You see, Roberto De Zerbi is a coach who enjoys watching fine football. Winning at all costs doesn't matter to De Zerbi.
Yep.
Winning in a particular way matters to him. Are you listening? So De Zerbi can go into a game and then win 1-0. He will not be happy. He will be happy to lose 3-4. Why? They played expansive. The game was nice and everything. But at a club like United, at some point, winning is all that matters. Until De Zerbi changes that mindset about a man for football. I don't think it's the man for United.
So the reason you are not convicted on what should happen to Ten Hag is the lack of options.
Yeah, the lack of options and the fact that he signed.
So they should keep suffering.
No. I think United should write off this season. Write it off. Write this season off.
They should keep suffering.
In November.
They won't win the league. They won't win Champions League. They won't win the league. Their best bet is to try and qualify for Champions League play. They won't win the league.
So what? Okay, so write it off and do what for the rest of the season now?
No.
Do what?
No.
Just show up.
No. Back Eric Ten Hag. Back Eric Ten Hag.
How?
Keep him at the club. Keep him at the club.
I know. So then every weekend becomes what? A training session?
Let every single player at the club know that Ten Hag stays. Ten Hag stays.
Okay.
It is way or no way. And let's see
and
how the players react.
Okay, so you're
let's
saying,
see how the players
all
react. If it's not improving, then you can sack him. I think it is too early now. Because if you bring in another manager, Ten Hag has signed too many wrong players in different profiles for anybody to come out. And otherwise, next summer they are spending 500 million in fixing that squad.
Let me go to Daniel. Eric Ten Hag has spent a lot of money on players, especially, and I made this point, I think, in one of our deadline day shows in his very first season about Dutch managers tending to go for players from the Dutch system because they believe they are the only ones that can play in a certain way. Ten Hag has done exactly that. So I disagree slightly with Sitsofe when he says all the players he's brought in are not players that can help him play in a certain way. I thought
Sitsofe didn't say that.
He didn't say
Ten
that.
Hag is the one who said it.
I'm saying that.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'm saying
the players and said that he can't play that way is disappointing.
And your Obwa, because
yeah, that's what I said.
Because
disappointing.
Because think about it. All the players Ten Hag has signed, in fact, 90% of them have come from the Dutch system. He's brought in Malacia from Feyenoord. He's brought in Lisandro Martinez, Ajax. He brought in
Let's just simplify it for you.
Ajax.
Every single player he has signed has been gone through the Dutch system with the exception of Casemiro. Every single one.
Every single one of them. So there you go. 8 out of 9. So how is it not working?
Look, this thing I really don't have much to add. If we're listening to Sitsofe, he made a very good point. You can't do somebody's principles better than the person. You understand? If Pep today decides that he wants to start playing defensive counter-attacking football, he can't do it better than Simeone. He can't do it better than Jose Mourinho. What you know, what you've honed over the years is what you are very good at. And for Ten Hag, is a sudden switch that is shocking to me, because I know over the years that managers' principles don't change. Tactics will always change, but the principles always remain the same. If you go back and you go and look at how Barcelona were playing in 2009, there are very telling principles in how Manchester City is playing.
Yeah.
How Klopp was playing at Mainz. You go and look at Liverpool today, it is still there. Those principles do not change. So when you decide after 3 matches that you don't think that you can, yeah, and then you are going to play this sort of even this season, it's not even it's very some way.
It's very disorganized.
And it is extra some way when you've got 9 players. That's almost 11. 9 players. That's almost a full team. That should at least influence
those 9 alone inside crowd.
It's like you are playing. You've got 2 red cards. You understand? Seriously, because it even includes a goalkeeper.
Yeah.
So he signed enough players for us to start seeing something, and we have to start seeing. Look, you don't win, but don't lose the way you are losing. Don't lose for your players to be confused. Don't lose for people with very simple understanding of tactics to be able to dissect your team and write them off and say this match you are going to lose. Then you go and lose the exact same way that they say you lose. That is bad. So me, I like the guy who me, I said since 2019 the tweets are there, the shows are there, the recordings are there. I've been begging Man U to sign this guy
because of his style.
Charlie, at Ajax every 5 minutes 3 chances. 5 minutes be at 3 chances. They were beating people 7-0. Like and I'm not talking about Eredivisie. We saw it in the Champions League. Did you see them at Bernabeu? They were creating for fun.
Real Madrid.
Real Madrid were confused. They went to Juventus. Oh, Allegri. We've seen some before. In fact, if you even go back to that semi-final second leg defeat against Tottenham Hotspur,
they should not have lost.
When we get to heaven, we have to ask God.
They should not have lost.
No, but you see, so Ten Hag seriously needs to improve. I still maintain. Look, you can't all of a sudden lose your tactical argument in 2 years. He is good.
He still has it.
But the same thing Sitsofe is saying, stick to your principles. Start forcing them to play the way you want to play, because the players you sign should be able to help you.
Because it's very confusing. The Man United situation is very confusing because when you watch United, you have no idea what they're trying to do. Yeah. And it sounds rather what's the word I'm looking for? To compare them to Chelsea, because Chelsea themselves aren't doing too well. But when you watch Chelsea play, at least you can tell what Pochettino is trying to do with the team.
Yep.
At United, they're not winning. Look, and you have no idea what they're building.
I like this point.
Have you watched Burnley this season?
Your point.
Have you watched Burnley this season?
Company's Burnley.
Yes.
When you watch Burnley this season, nobody needs to tell you that if you change 5 players, if you give company 400 million,
yes,
to bring in different personnel,
yes, absolutely. So when you look at Man United now, you're not too sure who has to go to make the team better, because clearly there's no pattern, there's no style. And like you said, Chelsea, everybody knows if you have a goal scorer, your fortunes are changing, because clearly there's a style, there's a pattern.
And the Man United problem is serious, Fent, because right now if McTominay is not starting, we are afraid. If Maguire is not starting, we are afraid. What is that?
McTominay, who cannot pass?
Oh
God! Wait, Daniel just hit all of a sudden.
No, it's serious.
It's a serious matter.
And when people say the owners, Fent, the owners, I'm saying that there are clubs in more difficult situations than Man United. FC Barcelona, do you know?
Yeah, they went through a crisis and still won the league.
No. At the moment, as we speak, they've been charged with corruption.
Yeah.
That's they bought referees. As we speak, Everton, they are potentially going to be docked 12 points.
Yeah.
But the players turn up and they play.
Yeah.
As we've seen many Juventus, the whole of last season, their whole board resigned. They didn't know the direction they were heading into. They still finished second on points until they were docked 10 points.
My brother, Chelsea owner was
all over the place.
Yes.
They were still playing.
Yes. So as for the
they say he was sponsoring a war. But Chelsea were still playing.
In fact, it got to a point Chelsea were even struggling to even fly to go out for a game. But still,
Tuchel said he would drive the bus. And we were still winning.
Your job is at the end of the day, when you meet at the training grounds, how you are able to get the boys
to duplicate.
The owners have their own conversation. We'll have another day.
Fair point.
But on the pitch, it has nothing to do with the owners. Stop it.
You see,
all right, African football. Yeah, Gary.
The corollary. Let me just put some fire in the city. There's too much peace in this city.
I'm listening.
Look,
stop the fire.
It's like people decided to leave Joy Sports like 2 years ago.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
And then the management said, hey, and we said, give us Danny K.
That's right.
Give us Fentuo.
That's right.
Then they said, Then we said,
so I am not an Anthony. I am not an Anthony. I am not. No, listen. Instant impact.
You understand? Look, talking about. And we said, our national service people. Every year you give us new national service people. We don't like.
Yes.
So we said, our national service people from 2 years ago, keep them.
Retain them for me.
Retain them for me.
That's right.
Because they have the joy DNA.
That is
right.
the manager.
So we kept Karim.
Kochi.
We kept Karim.
Yes.
We kept Sheikh Mubarak. We kept Sheikh Mubarak.
Yes.
Kochi.
Banaya.
Yes.
And then we kept what's his name? The boy who was going to China. Mish.
Yes.
Mish.
Hello.
Look, Mish is so good that he has got a scholarship to China. You understand?
So that's the manager.
So that is what we are saying.
That is the manager.
What do you say? You see, because we know what we want.
That's
when we
right.
brought Danny K.
What an analogy.
I am not Anthony.
You are what?
Then we said, look,
all right, guys.
Sitso, his wage bill we can't pay.
That's right.
But Sitso loves Joy FM.
Consultant.
So you be a consultant.
If they gave the coach all the things he requested for,
yes,
and on game plan day you can't do a show,
and
like
you can't deliver.
It is not the honest.
You are right. The analogy has solved the whole entire question.
Let me give the last one.
Okay.
When we were going to do the AFCON, the World Cup.
That's right. Yes.
We say we are multimedia, but last year, Charlie, then the budget was not budgeting.
It's not budget.
So our Kandan neighbors, they have money. They signed everybody.
True story.
We said we are Joy FM.
Yes.
We are like Manchester United.
Yes.
We have a big name.
Yes.
So if we call people and we add something small, they will come.
Yes.
So we said we want to bring Christopher Nimle.
That's right.
What do you say?
Transport there.
You understand? You understand? We say we are Joy FM.
Who's that Gary?
We say we are Joy FM.
Who's that Gary?
We are Joy FM.
Who Pentokapa?
Football were tweeting analysis.
Signing names.
Yes.
We brought him on loan.
Quality.
That's right.
You see, we brought him on loan from our Adabraka neighbor. You say, oh, Adabraka, we beg you. You see, we are not doing the World Cup.
And you see, the thing is, when you are Man United, no matter your struggles, if you call a big name,
you come.
Big name is a big name.
Simple.
You understand?
Erling Haaland.
Erling.
Instant.
See, do you think that Erling Haaland, if Man United really wanted him and they threw money at him, they wouldn't get him?
Oh, you're right.
Quick, you come. Anyway, game plan live on 99.7 Joy. Joe wanted to say something. Brought to you by Petrosol and Betway. Bet your way. The African Football League is in the final stage now. First leg matches are next Sunday. Wydad Athletic Club will host Mamelodi Sundowns. Sundowns got one over at Ali, and Wydad beat Esperance on penalties. The final matches are live on Joy Prime, of course, and we are ultimately really proud to be showcasing the African Football League. Rulani Mokwena went to do a press conference that trended. Sicho, it was one of the
the guy
came with you see that.
In fact, he was just sitting in front like this.
So
the CAF media officer sitting next to him, every time he looked at the paper, he was laughing. He's like, hey, your list is long.
He left small. I was going to say it was staged, but because
I think he anticipated the question,
and he printed everything.
No, but see, that is a serious football club, because for Sundown they would have done their preparation ahead of, they brief
they did
the coach on what to expect. And after the game, if you watch Egypt X or Egypt Twitter, formerly Twitter, most of them were complaining about the referee, so they would have known that it's going to be one of the things, and the man was ready.
He was ready.
And he's a very brilliant coach. I've been a big fan of him.
He's only 35.
He's a brilliant coach. The first time I really got to see him was his analysis on an AFCON. He was with SS Supersport.
Okay.
Right. And once I listened to this guy, I'm like, who is the guy? Quickly Googled, and I realized, he was coach of. Then I just started paying attention to him. Listen, he's as good on the job as he speaks it. And I'm happy for him to be in the final. Maybe finally for him to win a massive thing.
The man went to the press conference and dominated that press conference.
Are we not going to France?
Yes, we are.
Because I need to.
We are going to France.
Yeah,
we are going to France. We are going to France. Muftawu, I'll find some time for you on the stadium matter. So don't worry. You don't want to talk about it again.
No. I will talk.
Mr. Al Smith, 2 years ago you were at the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
To cover the event. Who won that year?
Messi. I sat on his chair. When he got up, then I went to sit on his chair. And I did everything. Look, make I tell you, when Messi got up,
he didn't go with his bodyguard.
At that time, and it's telling he didn't have the bodyguard was
no. He was ambassador.
Yeah, at the point. So when he got up, and the security and the people went out, and even you
were the first to sit after he got up.
I said, for me, I felt Messi. You see when somebody gets up, DNA is on your bum. This one. His botos is hot.
Yes.
On the seat.
The chair is hot.
Then I sat down on Messi's botos.
So in other words, if Messi farted on the chair, you still want to meet the fat.
But you see, there are some people in this world, and like if Jesus came into the world, and let's just say Jesus farted.
Yes.
If you took the fat, you'll be healed. Well, of course. You see, so people like Leo Messi, Michael Jordan.
It's okay. I got it. It's okay.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Those people, even if you treat them, their sweat can heal you.
LeBron James.
But I was there.
Cool. You were there. Messi has won.
Yeah.
The first time in the history of the Ballon d'Or where the winner was announced in quotes. Okay.
A week before.
Yeah. In the past, people always guessed who they thought would win. This time around, it wasn't the case. Everybody. In fact, a whole week ahead, it was announced in Argentine media. Then Fabrizio ran with it like a transfer. Every day he had an update. Messi was going to be handed back the trophy by Didier Drogba. That he got wrong. And I was so disappointed because as a Chelsea fan, that was the only way I could vicariously live through the Ballon d'Or. Fabrizio lied to me.
Yeah.
He said...
No, what I saw was him saying that he's going to host.
Oh no! You didn't see.
No, he'll be given the.
Yes, you didn't see that one.
He tweeted that he will be giving.
Yes.
So yes.
Drogba will hand it to Messi.
No. Friends, I have filler on that.
Okay, I'm listening.
So on the running order.
Yes.
So you see the part where he asked Haaland.
Yes.
That he asked him about the celebration, where he said, "I celebrate like this."
Yes.
And you celebrate like this. Yes. So and Gary Lineker was standing there. So he asked him that when he scores his next goal, it's all part of the running order.
Yes.
It's planned. All the questions are planned.
It's all scripted.
It's all scripted.
So that I don't go and ask some nya question.
So it was inside the running order, and that's how Fabrizio knew.
So
who leaked the running order to him?
So no, I mean those ones there, they do it too.
Okay.
Because remember, right now Ballon d'Or is competing with FIFA the best.
Yes, and they've now gone to align with UEFA from 2024 onwards, right?
It's competing with FIFA the best, not just on, but even on reputation.
Marketing wise.
I am told that Ballon d'Or is suffering a serious crisis of confidence right now worldwide.
Wow.
People are starting to trust the process of FIFA the best, and that is not good. Ballon d'Or has been
organization.
Do you understand?
Yes.
So the organization has never been a problem, but they are starting to get worried that people are feeling that Ballon d'Or is losing something.
Right.
That trust is not there. So it's all these things you are talking about. You see the way you said you are not happy that Fabrizio. Yeah. They shouldn't have gotten
Saudi guys to we have to start organizing our own.
That's the point. You see, no. But it's a serious thing because you see, it gives people with money and clout the opportunity to do those things.
You have a point.
Look, Ronaldo's Jorge Mendes.
Yeah.
This the one he does in Dubai that he awards
Globe
Globe Football Awards and those things. Now the information is that he is quietly and slowly looking for money to be able to organize an award ceremony that can rival
the Ballon,
but that will be backed by Saudi.
Oh yes,
a very objective, serious World Football Award
ahead of 2034. We are not joking.
Ahead of 2034.
We are not joking.
That can bring people to Saudi once a year, the movers and shakers, and come and do some wild awards every year.
Objective.
And you see,
that is doable.
And that is doable.
No, we are doing it.
And when this sort of controversy around Ballon d'Or keeps happening, it is not good
For the brand.
Yes, and it plays into the hands of people like him. And
have you seen what we've done to Australia? I know 2034.
2034.
Did you see how we kicked them out?
Only Saudi. I have submitted a bid, which means that they are hosting the competition. Daniel, you have 2 minutes.
Oh, I even need 30 seconds.
Okay, no problem.
Messi deserves to win the Ballon d'Or, number 8.
Yes.
He deserves to win. In 1998, Zidane had scored 3 goals the whole season. He went to the World Cup, stole the show, won Ballon d'Or.
True.
2002, Ronaldo was injured
the whole season.
He went to the World Cup, stole the show, he won Ballon d'Or. Cannavaro in 2006, he was somewhere, went to the World Cup, Italy won. He won the Ballon d'Or. In 2010, Iniesta went to the World Cup. He won the World Cup. He won the Ballon d'Or. Oh, I'm lying.
You're lying.
Iniesta didn't win in 2010. And when Iniesta didn't win in 2010, the things are there. You see, the evidence is there. They say that in extraordinary situations,
yes,
because it's an individual award, in extraordinary situations where players outside the World Cup perform so well, those players will win.
AKA Messi.
AKA Messi. And I'll hold my hand up and say I agreed with it then and I still agree with it now. Because when somebody, if you look at the ball Messi played in 2010, Chief,
it was
you
incredible.
Can't tell me that. See, there was nobody on the planet that played better than him. So we agreed. Then in 2014, the same thing happened. Messi won Golden Ball at the World Cup. Germany won the World Cup. When it was time for Ballon d'Or, they said bogus. Cristiano Ronaldo has just broken a long-standing Champions League record, has won Real Madrid La Decima. He can't have this season, and then you say because of World Cup, you are going to give the Ballon d'Or to somebody. So Ronaldo won.
Even though Messi was the best player at the World Cup.
Yeah, Messi was the best player at the World Cup.
Not the whole season, so yeah.
Then 2018, Modric wins the Ballon d'Or. At the end of the season, going into the World Cup, Cristiano Ronaldo was the best player in the world. He had just won Champions League. He was top scorer in Champions League. He had everywhere. Then he goes to the World Cup, plays 4 matches and scores 4 goals. Scores a hat-trick
against Spain.
But when the competition finished, they said that Modric was better than him throughout the season. And it's cool because we've seen a trend. So it's cool. Fast forward to 2022.
That's right.
Erling Haaland's debut season in Premier League. He scores 36 goals in 36 appearances.
Never done before.
Never done before. The record of 36 goals was scored in a 42-game season. Erling Haaland did it in 36 games. The holder of that record is the all-time Premier League record. He played 35 matches. Holder of that record is a Premier League all-time goal scorer, Alan Shearer. He's sitting in BBC studios. You can watch him on Sunday.
True.
Erling Haaland, Champions League, top scorer. FA Cup, he was banging. He won a treble with Manchester City. Man City have never won Champions League before. Pep Guardiola had been there 7 years. He had never won a Champions League until Erling Haaland came.
Even though Haaland was absent.
If this is not an extraordinary situation, then me, I don't know. Let's go to the guy who won it, who I said he deserves to win it. Messi was brilliant in the World Cup.
He was.
Fantastic at the World Cup.
He was.
Outside the World Cup, French League, there are 2 teams of the season at the end of the French League. That's how they do their own. They let the players vote and then they let the fans vote. The fans, I'm not talking about PSG fans, I'm talking about fans of French League. They went to vote. In their list, Messi was not part. In the players list, Messi was part. So it is 50-50. The French League this season dropped to number 6 in UEFA's coefficient. It means the weight of the French League in no reach. But if this is not an extraordinary situation, then I don't know. So my advice to footballers now going forward for what the Ballon d'Or has done, in 2026 you can sleep. Just make sure that you are fit for the World Cup. And when you go to the World Cup, just do something.
To be fair though,
you win.
To be fair to Messi, he didn't. No, hold on. To be fair to Messi, he didn't sleep last season. 41 goals against Haaland's 56. That is not somebody who slept. In terms of goal contributions, goals and assists, Messi had 67 last season against Haaland's 66. So it's not even like Lionel Messi had a mediocre season.
Hold on.
You see, this is a fact.
No, this is where you people want to go and you think we are not smart. First of all, they've added Argentina numbers to PSG numbers to make the whole overall picture good.
Why? They didn't add the Haaland numbers. They did.
Number 2.
The Haaland Sweden numbers.
Haaland has scored
Norway,
28 goals in what?
27
games for Norway. If I don't even want to dwell on Haaland. For Lionel Messi, I am not the one who went to club headquarters to hound him out of the club. It wasn't League One fans. It was PSG fans who were dissatisfied with the way he was playing.
Yes, those PSG fans don't know what they were doing.
What is they don't know what they are doing? They are all club.
Daniel, thank you very much. Thank you.
And then they sacked him to America.
Muftawu.
Now we are sitting here. You are giving him Ballon d'Or.
He has taken
That's
that.
Yes, and our time is up.
So I won't talk.
Next week, when we come here, we'll give you stadium.
Yes.
Sitso, thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Muftawu, Nabila. Thank you, Gary, and thank you to Mariam for the watching.
Thank you, Mariam.
It's been a wonderful episode of Game Plan. My name is Fentuo, Tahiru Fentuo. Show sponsored by Petrosol and also